The power's out.
Okay.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, I'm really, really hungry.
Well, how about a sandwich?
Ew! All I have is canned bologna.
You don't like that?
No!
I've got 25 cans of it. That's okay, I like it. That's all that matters. Alright. Okay, so what else could we do? What else do you like to eat?
Pizza! Let's go! Get it from Pizza Hut. I like Pizza Hut.
It's too expensive and I don't feel like going out in this horrible weather.
Oh.
Besides, you know, the phone's out.
It is? The phone's dead?
Phone, well, yeah. You know, I hate to plug it in on the weekend. I don't want to be bothered. Got an idea. I've got some cool little handmade stoves made out of cat food cans. I've been wanting to test them. How about your favorite, ramen noodles?
Yum.
Okay, good enough. We'll give it a try. So, the stage is set. You've got a hungry grandchild that will not eat canned bologna. What do? I am not sending out for pizza. So, you go to your Bushcraft items. Now, I've done a couple of things lately. I made an honest to goodness little fancy feast stove. It's made with a trimmed down tomato paste can, fancy feast can, and some kale wool for the wick. Think it's going to work pretty well. Punched a little hole there. I also made one out of some kind of can on the inside, and the outside was actually a Vienna sausage can. It's a little bit bigger. But I have that out here. Now this one's kind of cool. I had some kind of an iced tea or drink can, pretty small, and it's aluminum. And so I'm really not sure how durable this is going to be. It burns great. But what I did to make it a little stronger when you've got something sitting on it, I turned it upside down in here, got my kale wool, got my fancy feast can, turned this upside down, and punched a hole in it. It's a pretty good size hole. So it's pretty easy to get the alcohol in. Okay, so that brings us back to alcohol. Now, I've got alcohol in 3 things here. This leaks. This is a 2-ounce conditioner bottle. This is a fail. Now these don't leak. These are little hand sanitizer bottles. Both of them are at 1 ounce. And this, of course, is, I don't know how many mils, but it's about 1.5 ounces. And it works really well because, you know what? It was meant to hold Jim Beam. I think it will hold other kinds of alcohol too. So that one works well, about 1.5 ounces. Now that I have discovered that, and you know I hate to buy something when I can get something for little or nothing. So today I happen to be in the Dollar Tree after my camping trip, my 3-hour tour. I felt like singing Gilligan's Island. The dog is finishing up the cat's food down there. That's the little scruffling noise you hear. This is hand sanitizer. These are both 2-ounce bottles. Okay, 2 of them for $1. Alright, the hand sanitizer you can use to start fires and things like that with. And when they're empty, you've got good alcohol bottles for your alcohol stove. The other thing I found, I think I've told you that I use a real concentrated liquid Splenda sucralose sweetener in my coffee. I like the liquid because it takes a couple of drops and it dissolves right in. It's real concentrated. So I'm always looking for tiny bottles to put in little coffee kits. You know how Tara Farley loves to make kits, survival kits. I like to make coffee kits. As far as I'm concerned, that's also a survival kit. So I got these, 3 for $1. They're tiny. You can see beside my finger. They're little tiny squirt bottles. And they're breath freshener. Alright? Now, Spirit of Wild Wings says you should always have breath freshener in your pack anyway because it gives you a morale boost. But when these are empty, these are going to be very, very awesome little sweetener bottles. Okay? I mean, that'd be enough. One of these would be enough for, 8 or 10 cups of coffee. This stuff is really strong. Okay. So, the grandchild is hungry. And she does not, heaven knows why, want to eat a sandwich made of canned bologna. So, I'm not buying a pizza, so we have to cook ramen noodles for her. So, this is what we're going to do. I think that I am not going to use this stove. I think I'm going to just boil coffee water on this one. I think I'm going to use this one because it's a little sturdier. There's another thing I got. I got a, I think this was like a couple of bucks. It's aluminum, and it was a couple of dollars at the Lowe's. It was in the appliance section. I think it's a little reducer or connector for your dryer vent. And I'm going to trim it down a bit and see how it works as a windscreen for my little stoves. Okay. Not today. Alright. This one burns like crazy. This one has not been tested yet. Let's do it. I've got about 1.5 cups of water in this stainless steel cup. So I'm going to try just using, considering the fact it's already leaking, I think I'll go ahead and try using this 1.5 ounces here. Surely to goodness that'll be more than enough. I don't know. I haven't really cooked on these yet. I've just test burned them. So what I'm thinking is, if it's not too contaminated with hair conditioner, we'll see. Now I think it had shampoo in it last. That may not work well. We'll see. May have been a bad decision. So, to distract you from that, let me show you what else I got for a song. I got this, one of those big smartphone carriers. It's got a clip on the back. And I will probably put Velcro on it because it's really a little tall, but I'll put Velcro on it to pull it down further. Got my little stove here. And I still haven't given up the idea of running a hook through it, but I may try that with this. This cost $1 at the Dollar Tree. So it fits in there really nicely. And as I said, although this is too long for it this way, I'll just take it and Velcro it down. And I'm going to see about putting a hole through the whole thing to hold it shut with a big S-beaner or something like that. Okay, now back to the mess I just made with the shampoo and the alcohol. We'll see if it works. Okay. So let's see. It's had time to kind of soak up into the kale wool in my little Fancy Feast stove here. Well, that's going really well. So I guess the shampoo's not hurting it too much. Put this on here. And I won't make you sit here and watch the water boil. I'll turn off the video and, oh gosh, I guess I'm supposed to do the thing that everybody does, and that is start a stopwatch. Okay, I'll turn you off and I'll be back shortly. Well, folks, it's been 4.5 minutes, and I think it's going to boil here in a minute. One thing about ramen noodles, as far as I'm concerned, is that you shouldn't have to bother with the pearly strings. So I always crunch mine up before I take them out of the pack. A lot easier than trying to cut them up later, as far as I'm concerned. You know, these things are not bad if you eat them raw. They're kind of like, you know, crunchy chips. Not bad at all. Not hard, just crunchy. Try sometime. Bonnie, have you ever tried eating them dry? They're good. I can't believe how that thing's heating up. It's already starting to bubble. Hasn't been 5 minutes yet. Well, it has been 5 minutes now. I'm kind of impressed with that little alcohol burning. I hope you enjoyed the Cove Lake State Park video that I put up this morning. It was, like I said, I was only there for a few hours. And it's boiling. 6 minutes. It's boiling. See if you can see it. Unbelievable. That's pretty neat. Now, the question is, will it continue to boil long enough for us to cook these ramen noodles? We'll see. Take out the little packet and not dump it in there. See if it'll all go in there in this little cup. Nah, we'll just put part of it in there. Yep, it's in there. Yeah. Excellent. Let me get a spoon. Okay. I don't remember how long you're supposed to cook ramen noodles. Let's cook them until they look done enough to me. And I just threw away the wrapper. Let's see. Cook 3 minutes, stirring occasionally. Serve with seasoning. Oops. Yeah, it's a really, really hot little fire there. So there's one thing. Bigger pot. Bigger pot or less water, one or the other. It's a good thing you can't see the rest of my kitchen. We'll never put a mirror right there because dirty dishes. If it weren't for Mary Margaret, I'm not sure what we'd do. Okay, so obviously to cook something like this I need a simmer ring. I've read about them, I've looked at demos on them, obviously I need one. And I've also got to clean up this mess on the stove before Mary Margaret comes in here. What do you think? Has it been 3 minutes? Let's take a look. Yeah, maybe another one. That little rascal is hot. Look how that water's boiling. Unbelievable. Woof, the dog says. Woof. So anyway, I had a blast at Cove Lake State Park this morning. Like I said, I wanted to see Gilligan's Island because it was like a 3-hour tour. I went in, and luckily it was off season, so they only charged me like $9 for the campsite. And they said, "You want to rent it for night?" I said, "No, just the morning." They just laughed. They rented it to me anyway. Beautiful. Right on part of the lake there. Lots of geese, lots of ducks, that sort of thing. Lots of semis that you could hear out on the interstate. Okay, I think that's plenty done for ramen noodles. I have no idea how long this thing will burn on 1.5 ounces, but I can still see there's liquid in the bottom. So one thing I do know is that 1 ounce would have been enough to cook ramen noodles. I guess I could try heating another cup of water. As long as we're standing here. See if I can do a little coffee cup without getting burned here. Maybe not. Not going to be silly with this. Burns hurt. Alright. It's been, let's see, it's been 10 minutes ago that we put the first thing of water on it. Looks like it's going to die on me now. Look at that. It's worth a try. Yep, I think it's about gone. Probably if I had put something on top of it before it burned up all that alcohol from the center, I bet I could have heated this cup of water. Okay, I'm going to drain my ramen noodles. I'll be right back. Then we will turn them into supper. I never much cared for ramen noodle soup. It's still going. Never much cared for ramen noodle soup, but I like ramen noodles. I usually put the little packet in here. And then, of course, the secret ingredient. If I can find the secret ingredient. One moment. It's in the other room. I didn't even take time this morning with my little frenetic camping to even cook my breakfast. I'm just kind of slow. All right. This is that wonderful cheese sauce that I got at the UGO. 2 packets like this. This is way more than I need for that. 2 packets like this for 69 cents. I have a couple cases of it in the freezer. Okay. So, I will tell you this, the granddaughter's not here today. We did that video several weeks ago. And she's so funny. She loves doing stuff like that. So she's not here, so this is my dinner. She likes hers as soup. She heats it up, she boils it, she makes her ramen noodle soup, and then she puts a couple of ice cubes in it to cool it off. Everybody's different. And this child doesn't like canned bologna. I don't know what's wrong with her. Anyway, I don't know if you can see it. There's my dinner. Creamy, rich ramen noodles with cheese. And you know what? This little stove is still going and that cup is about to boil. 1.5 ounces of alcohol. Still going. Well, so if you have a hungry grandchild and the power goes out and you don't want to order pizza and all you have to put on a sandwich is canned chicken bologna, you can cook them something. Not a problem. First time I've used this little stove, it is awesome, and I cannot believe that this is coming to a boil with what was left after we cooked the ramen noodles. And this is fuel treatment, the alcohol fuel treatment that cost $1 for 8 ounces at the Dollar Tree. So, needless to say, you would get a lot of meals of fuel for $1. Yep, there it goes. Look at this. Can you see it? It's boiling on the leftover alcohol. Well, folks, thanks for joining me. I'm going to go eat my supper and drink my coffee. It's been a pleasure. Come again. And I'm sorry I've been missing lately. I changed my work shift and I don't change schedules well. So I've been pretty tired. But I'll try to get back in the saddle and get some things out here. I've got to do some playing with Bonnie Cave and Cabot Bluegill and Diane with Snowfog Outdoors. I've got all kinds of tinder and fatwood and things like that of theirs to play with. And I haven't done a fire video in a while. So I'll get to it. And thanks again for joining me. And I'm going to go eat my ramen noodles and drink my coffee. Bye-bye.